Good morning, children. Today we are going to see the problems. The problems in our lesson number 2. Okay, our lesson number 2 is motion. We were learning what were the types of motion. Then we learnt about speed. Then we learnt about the velocity. Then acceleration. All this we are going to use those formulas and find the solution for the problems. Okay, first one, the distance between A and B is 4 kilometers, B and C is 3 kilometers. A person travels from A to C via B. Via means he first goes to B and then to C, not directly to C. Okay, so what is the distance and displacement? That means you have to calculate the total distance covered. Okay, first case, he travels via B, so the distance is equal to AB plus BC. So you can directly add what is AB. The distance between A and B is 4 kilometers, and now the distance between B and C is 3 kilometers. Now we add both and we get the answer as 7 kilometers. Whereas talking about the displacement, we already learned displacement is the shortest distance between the two given points in a particular direction. Here the direction is very important, so only we have put that arrow above AC. That means it is a vector quantity. Okay, so displacement is the vector quantity. In this diagram, ABC will form a right angled triangle. In the case of a right angled triangle, the AC is called as hypotenuse. This you will be learning in maths, but as of now you should know the formula to find the length of the hypotenuse or the length of AC. Here it is given we have to use the square root of AB squared plus BC squared. Square root of AB squared plus BC squared. This is the Pythagoras theorem result. This is the Pythagoras theorem which you will be learning in deep in maths, but we have to apply that particular maths concept here in this sum. So which is equal to, what is AB square? AB is 4, BC is 3. So the square means what? You have to multiply the same number 2 times. If it is 4 squared, it is 4 into 4. If it is 3 squared, it is 3 into 3. So 4 into 4, 16. 3 into 3, 9. First you have to add 16 plus 9, you will get 25. If you take the square root, you will get as 5 kilometers. Here the distance is greater than displacement. The distance, that is why we have defined displacement as the shortest distance. Yes, the shortest path to reach the end in a direction, with the direction. Yes, now this is an example sum in your book which shows the difference between the distance and displacement. Now coming to the second sum, find the distance and displacement from A to B. Okay, now we take the first case. If the motion is in rectilinear motion, okay, rectilinear, that means it is going in only one direction, that is from A to B alone, then the distance can be equal to the displacement. That is, the distance between A and B is given as 5 meters. So the displacement between A and B will also be 5 meters. Now coming to the case 2, that is to and fro motion. That is, you start from one point, go to the another point, and again come back to the original point. That is, you start from A, go to B, and then come back to A. So that is called to and fro motion. that is where you have now calculate the distance and displacement. What will be the distance? From A to B it is 5, then again from B to A it will be 5. So this is 5 plus 5, which is equal to 10. This is like your two-way journey. You start from your home, you go to school, then from the school you have to come back to home. Now for the displacement, it is AB plus BA, but BA here is negative because we are retracing the path, that is we are going and coming back in the same direction, or in the, that is at the opposite direction. If you go in AB and you are returning in the opposite direction, that is BA, so you insert the negative sign. So this is plus 5 plus of minus 5, which is equal to 0. So in this case we have our distance is greater than displacement. Our distance is greater than displacement. So whenever the object comes back to its original position, the displacement will always be 0. We will be only calculating the distance. Here you should be very much careful because your object is going to that destination in one direction and it is coming back in the other direction. So that negative sign has to be taken in control when we are calculating the displacement. Now we'll go to the third one. A bus travels 90 kilometers towards east in 1 hour and 30 minutes. What is the velocity of the vehicle? Okay, what is that they have given? 90 kilometers towards east. So the word east, that shows direction. Northwest, north, south, east, west, all these are the directions. With this direction we can say the given 90 kilometer is going to be the displacement. It is not the distance. So I take displacement as 90 kilometers. Now what is the time? The time is 1 hour and 30 minutes. How many minutes are there for 1 hour? 60 minutes. So I put 60 minutes, then and 30 minutes. So and means I have to add. So I'm going to put one plus sign and add 30 minutes. So I'll be getting 90 minutes as total. Now I cannot use minutes as a standard unit for time. It should be either hours or seconds. I cannot have minutes. So now I'm going to convert the minutes to hours. So 90 minutes means I'm going to convert to hours. That is, I'm going to divide 90 by 60. That is my 3 by 2 hours. 90 and 60 you can commonly cancel it out using 3 tables. You first cancel that 0 and 0. 9 by 6 you can cancel it in 3 tables. 3 3s are 9 and 3 2s are 6. Now what are we going to do now? Our velocity. What is the formula for velocity? It is displacement by time. That is, the value displacement is 90 divided by time, that is 3 by 2. The denominator will become the numerator. This is also a rule in the maths. So you have to learn that and we will be applying it here. That is, when you are going to divide the fractions, you can multiply the two fractions using the reciprocal. Yes, so this will become 60 kilometer per hour towards east. That is, you have to mention the direction because already it is mentioned in the question. Yes, now we are going to the fourth question. Now it took 3.5 hours for a train to travel the distance of between two cities at a velocity of 120 km per hour. Now you have to find the distance between the two cities. Okay. Now we know the time taken. The time taken is 3.5 hours. Now velocity itself they have given, that means it is 120 kilometer per hour. Now they are not mentioned the direction, but still they have given the word velocity, so we take it as velocity only. What is the formula for velocity? It is displacement by time. Now you want only the distance or how many kilometers lie between the two cities. That is why they have not used the word distance here, in order to avoid confusion. So we have to find the displacement alone. What is that? You cross multiply time. That is, you are taking time from the denominator section to the numerator section, because it is on the right side. You are going to take from the right side to the left side, that is of the equal to sign. So displacement will become velocity into time, so that is 120 into 3.5. Now this is a decimal multiplication. What is this decimal? This point comes 3.5. Now how will I do that? You just multiply 120 into 35. That is, you keep that decimal point in your mind. You get one answer. That is, my answer becomes 4200. Now I keep a decimal point from my right hand end. From the rightmost end, I move one digit to the left. From the rightmost end, I move one digit to the left. That means it will become 420.0. 420.0. Since 0 is after the decimal point, we can take only the whole number, which is 420. So the distance between the two cities, or the kilometers between the two cities, will become 420 kilometer. Okay, so what they have given? They have given the velocity, they have given the time. You have to calculate the displacement. Now the next question: a bike moving with a uniform velocity of 36 km per hour, uniform velocity, and then it suddenly accelerates uniformly from 36 km per hour to 90 km per hour in 5 seconds. Determine the acceleration of the bike. Acceleration of the bike, you have seen this. You will be driving your bike, then you will slowly increase the speed. That is, you will be rotating the accelerator in your bike. So that is what this example is telling. A bike is having one uniform velocity. Now they are accelerating from 36 to 90 km per hour in 5 seconds. So what is your initial velocity? It is 36 km per hour. Now again we have to convert the kilometer per hour to meter per second. So that is 36 into 5 by 18, which is equal to 10 meter per second. Now coming to the final velocity v, which is equal to 90 kilometer per hour, which is equal to 90 into 5 by 18, which is equal to 25 meter per second. That is, I will be cancelling the common factors. 18 into 2 gives me 36. So 2 into 5 will give me 10. Then 18 into 5 will give me 90. So 5 into 5, 25. So what is the acceleration formula? V minus u by t. V is the final velocity 25 minus the initial velocity u, that is 10, divided by 5, which is equal to 15 by 5, which is equal to 5 meter per second squared. The unit is very, very important. Okay, without the unit the answer is invalid. I will not give you marks without the unit. Even when you are writing your answers in theory, when you are asking, when I ask for a define also, you should write with the unit. Now we are moving to the sixth one. A car traveling at a velocity of 20 meter per second is decelerating, that is, it is slowing down from 20 meter per second to 10 meters per second. That is, if you want to stop at a place, you have to apply the brake. So now you are applying the brake, that means you are slowing down the acceleration, and the interval they given is 5 seconds. You have to calculate the acceleration. Now the initial velocity is 20, my final velocity is 10, so the time given is 5 seconds. So I can directly apply the formula. It is 10 minus 20 divided by 5. 10 minus 20, integer subtraction, that is you directly subtract from a larger number with a smaller number. So 20 minus 10 will give me 10, but I have to put the sign of the larger number. What is the sign of my larger number? Is minus. So it is minus 10 by 5, which is equal to minus 2 meter per second squared. Now moving to the seventh question. A man starts running from rest and uniformly accelerates at 0.2 meter per second squared for 20 seconds. What is the final velocity? Acceleration is equal to 0.2 meter per second squared. Initial velocity is equal to 0. Why? Because he starts from rest. The time taken is equal to 20 seconds. Rest means he's sitting or he's standing or he's at that position for a long time. Now he's going to start. So at that time u will become 0. What will be my final velocity? I'll be using this formula. V is equal to u plus at. That is 0 plus a is what? 0.2 and t is what? 20 seconds. So 0.2 into 20 will give me 4 meter per second. So my final velocity is equal to 4 meter per second. Now what is the eighth problem? Now an aeroplane starts from rest. Again it is starting from rest, so your initial velocity will become 0. Moves on the runway and it picks or catches the velocity of 270 km per hour in 25 seconds. Find the acceleration of the plane. So initial velocity u equal to 0. Final velocity v is equal to 270 km per hour. So you have to convert the kilometer per hour to meter per second. That's 270 into 5 by 18, which is equal to 75 meter per second. So what is the time taken? It is 25 seconds. You subtract or you have to find the acceleration. So that is a is equal to v minus u by t. It is 75 minus 0 divided by 25, which is equal to 3 meter per second squared. So acceleration is equal to 3 meter per second squared. Now we are going to the book back problems. Children, I have changed the numbers in your book back problems because for our easy calculations, because it will be involving too much of decimals and heavy complex numbers. So now I have changed in few sums the values. So please write these 5 problems in our classwork notebook. Put lesson number 2 and write problems, all these 5 problems in our class. Only these 5 problems, that is the book back problems. Okay, now the same sum like our first sum. A bus starts from city A and reaches city B, which is 160 kilometers towards south in 4 hours. What is the velocity of the bus? Since the direction south is given, we have to take it as displacement. It should not be the distance. The time is 4 hours. You have to calculate the velocity. Velocity formula, it is displacement by time, which is equal to 160 by 4, which is equal to 40 km per hour. Now coming to the second question. A boy standing on the 5th floor of the building drops a toy on the ground with a velocity of 19.6 meter per second. What time would the toy reach the ground, or what would be the time taken by the toy to reach the ground? So what is the initial velocity? 0, because he is going to throw from the rest position. So initial velocity will become 0. Final velocity is equal to 19.6 meter per second. It is equal to 19.6. So what is the formula as you supply? V equal to u plus gt. Where is this g coming from? G is called the acceleration due to gravity, because we are talking here about throwing a toy or an object from top to the ground. That is, we are talking about a ground situation. So we are taking g instead of a. Now what is this G? G's value, that is the value for G is always 9.8 meter per second square. So we are going to apply in the formula the values, that is the final velocity is 19.6 is equal to 0 plus 9.8 into t. You need to find t, so that is t is equal to 19.6 divided by 9.8, which is equal to 2 seconds, that is according to the decimal division. I can remove first the decimal points by multiplying the numerator by 10 and denominator also by 10, so it will become 196 by 98. Now 198 into 2 will give me 196, so that is why you get the time as 2 seconds. So the toy will reach the ground in 2 seconds. Now coming to the third one, a bike traveling with an initial velocity u uniformly decelerates to a velocity of 36 km per hour in 20 seconds. Uniformly decelerate means what? It is going to slow down uniformly. Rate of deceleration is 2.5 meter per second square. What is the value of u? Final velocity is given as 36 km per hour. So now converting that into meter per second, in 36 into 5 by 18 will give me 10 meter per second. The deceleration they have given as 2.5, so I'll attach the negative sign, that is minus 2.5 meter per second square. Time taken is 20 seconds. So what is V? V is equal to u plus 18, that is 10 is equal to u minus 2.5 into 20. Now how did I get that minus? I took the minus from the deceleration. So 10 is equal to u minus 5. Why 5? 2.5 into 20 will give me 5. So 10, I move this minus 5 to the left hand side, so that will become 10 plus 5 is equal to u, which is equal to 15 meter per second. Now I have to convert that into kilometer per hour, so I multiply by 18 by 5, so that will become 54 kilometer per hour. Okay children, moving to the fourth question. A bicycle is starting from rest, so initial velocity will become 0. Picks up the velocity of 5 meter per second, so final velocity is equal to 5. The period given is 10 seconds, that is time is 10 seconds. What is the acceleration? A is equal to v minus u by t, that is 5 minus 0 by 100, that is 5 by 100. So it is 0.05 meter per second squared. This is the decimal division. You understand now how we have put this decimal point. Dividing that by 100, I should put the decimal points from the right hand side. Right hand side, I have to move towards left. How many digits? 2 digits. So I put 0.05 meter per second squared. Moving to the fifth problem. A bus moves at a speed of 70 km per hour on an expressway. What would be the time taken by the bus to cover a distance of 140 km? We are going to use the speed formula because they are not given the direction. So we know the speed as 70 km per hour, distance is 140 kilometers. So the speed is equal to distance by time. I only want the time, so I'll push the distance to the denominator. So distance, my speed is equal to 140 divided by 70, which is equal to 2 hours. So the bus will cover the 140 kilometers in 2 hours. Yes children, you solve the sums. This only 5 sums you have to write in your classwork notebook. Okay, before that I will be sending you the differentiate and definition notes to your WhatsApp group. Write only these 5 sums in your classwork notebook. Okay children, thank you.